us leave.
Yes, we'll be
Indentured servants.
We'll be in the basement next week in the new basement studio.
What? And again?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you've got an interior decorator. It keeps changing the set.
It's a different room,
What?
different set.
Did your wife banish us to the garage?
Inside the car.
Every 40 minutes she comes out and turns off the car. So
Next to the garage, I'll say that.
the bathroom?
We should do a mobile
Yes.
episode where he really is the designated driver, Tony.
Just mic
just
everyone
drive
up
around
in a
the city.
car.
You've got access to a big rig from your radio station.
A big rig.
Get in there and drive around.
Drive around in the short bus.
Fuck yes.
We can
That's what I
We
want.
can do a Geek Show pub crawl. We'll do the show.
Oh my God.
I heard that thing's not reliable.
I just
It's not.
No.
I just want to be in the short bus to lean out the window and go, we're making podcasting history.
And you'll toss
funny about my pee-pee.
you'll toss flyers out for it in Braille.
Yes.
For the deaf people.
We officially, I got a message from a guy who got written up listening to that episode.
No.
I'll bet he did.
He was at work. He was
Yeah.
laughing uncontrollably.
Apparently, a few deaf people put up some reviews on iTunes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And
I don't know if
somebody
they're-
sign it to
I don't know if
them?
they're really deaf. It's just,
Yeah.
this is the words
They
on the
said
screen,
deaf.
but
And what did they say?
that they still love us.
Well, that's
Yum,
good.
I've heard a lot
Love
of.
my-
They said
They love it.
they said we love you very much.
There was a lot of people who were talking about from Texas reviewing that show because apparently there was a huge diatribe about Texas.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I hate
About-
Texas.
and
Yeah, that was on Facebook.
Yeah.
there was some on Facebook. I got some. Andy Wilson.
Sarah Palin
Emailed
actually
me.
put a picture of a target over the Geek Show
Right
logo.
over
Well, she's
my
from
basement.
Alaska.
In about a year, some nut job's going to try and shoot
right,
us.
right over my basement. No, fuck Texas. I hate them.
Except for Austin, right? Didn't we give Austin a pass?
Austin,
Yeah.
Austin,
and any
yeah.
listeners.
And specifically just downtown Austin.
Yeah,
And any listeners are okay.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, if you're listening to Geek Show, you're not really part of Texas. You
Fort
just live
Worth
there.
and Deep Ellum and Dallas aren't that bad either.
Yeah, Dallas has what? Funimation is in Dallas.
Houston,
That's pretty
Texas,
cool.
on the other hand, can eat a giant dick.
I've been to Dallas. They need another strip mall. That's what they need. It's terrible.
And,
my-
and
my-
see, I thought you were going to say it needed another strip club.
My wife went to Austin, Texas once, and pretty strict vegetarian. Went to a restaurant and said, "Do you have any vegetarian options?" I said, "Yeah, we've got chicken."
Take that, you pussy.
Yeah,
Fish?
I just like when we brought it up during that episode, Texas was a state that did not want to be part of Mexico or the United States. So it's really funny that some of the biggest yahoos in flag waving nut jobs were actually down there. They wouldn't pick a side during the Mexican-American War.
And I believe our problem with it was that they did not want to give incentives to Machete.
That's how it came
That's how
up.
it started.
Yeah.
Yep.
But by the way, it's on DVD now.
Ah, it's so
Machete?
good.
Yes. With alternate
Anytime I need to watch
storylines.
Danny Trejo, I'll just turn on my boxing game and he'll call me names.
Alternate storylines.
Hit me, bitch.
Yes, including one with Jessica Alba as twins, and one of them likes chicks.
Ooh. Wow, okay. I'll check it out.
I'm just saying.
Let's thank our sponsors and welcome the panel, and we'll get this thing going. Let's get it over with.
I feel this dreaded third show won't be quite so dreadful without Shannon.
He was so sick he could not stick around.
He drank too much syrup.
Yeah.
Had codeine cough syrup. It
Guy
got
said
to
he
him.
had enough codeine in his system to kill most of a football team.
Yes.
It's yum-tastic.
From what I understand, the problem was he asked his doctor to have a ham-flavored syrup. And he just couldn't stop drinking it.
All right, let's start over here. Lee George Cade,
Hello, everybody.
toy maker to the king.
Grimleys.com, GRIMMLEIGHS. Try us. We can make anything.
I always want to ask you to spell it backwards.
SHGIELMMIRG.
He's gonna blow up. Hang on.
Backwards.
Yay!
Pretty good.
Backwards. I can spell my name backwards. But
And Lee, I'm going to find a JPEG of Batroc the Leaper's outfit, and I'm going to send the request to Rachel to make that.
we almost made you a MODOK hat
Pushing for
because it would have been really funny if we made you a MODOK ski mask.
Modoc would have been great, but Batroc the
I can
lead.
see the
Batroc
news
the
reports
fucking
now.
leaper.
The 7-Eleven was robbed by Modoc.
He was wearing a black body glove and a MODOK hat.
Oh, my God. If I had a MODOK hat, you know what? I would walk into 7-Eleven and go, "Give me all your snack foods, for I am MODOK."
Okay.
This Slurpee has enhanced my cranial capacity.
Look, just take the sugar daddies and don't hurt anybody.
Are those done for donuts?
What could I do? His head was huge.
And he was designed only for killing, so I didn't know what he was going to do or
I didn't realize it was Modass.
Designed only for snacking.
Nom, 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 nom. Modass.
All right, it's got to happen now.
Just say.
I will
draw that.
You know,
I'll be your getaway car.
Oh, by the way.
I'm
by the way,
designed
I
only
believe-
for snacks.
By the way, is that the title of this episode? MODOK wants all your snackies.
MODOK wants all your snackies. That's the name of it. Let's see, Bryan Young, ladies and
Hello.
gentlemen. BigShinyRobot.com
Indeed.
and the biggest Star Wars fan.
This side of the Mississippi, I'm sure.
Did you
think-
pre-order?
Oh, we should have a fight with the
Have you
person on the
pre-ordered
east
the
side of the
Blu-rays?
I
Mississippi.
kind of haven't yet because I'm just assuming they're going to send me one.
See, yeah, that's how big of a fan
Just
he
a
is.
fuck chop, you know that?
A fuck chop.
Well, they've sent
Thanks,
me.
Jackie.
They've sent me all the Clone Wars. They've sent me Christmas cards. I'm assuming I'll get it. And if
That's
not, I'll pre-order it. You know,
I figured a $90 pre-order for all 6 movies on Blu-ray is pretty nice.
I would say that
Yeah.
after you're done with the strip tease for Lucas, that he would just tip you with that.
and if
right.
I loved something as much
putting
as
that in
you
your
love
G-string.
Star Wars, I'd be willing to pay $90.
Here you
for it.
oh no, I'm not unwilling to pay it. I'm just.
That's the other
You
MODOK.
pay in different ways.
Designed only for stripping.
A giant head that peels down.
He tips you in a Blu-ray set
And
of
there's
Star
the-
Wars and tells you to cover yourself with some plaid.
That's right.
There's
Get out of his
the
face.
last, designed only for swallowing.
That's
That's the prostitute.
float down here, would you, MODOS?
Oh boy.
That's the mental organism designed only for prostituting.
Well, designed only for smirking is Jimmy Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jimmy Martin from SlugMag.com.
Howdy do.
And his partner, his life,
in crime.
his life partner in film, the film critic to the world,
Yes.
Jeff Weiss.
The world's biggest Batroc the Leaper fan.
I think we're
At least this side of
we're
the
at least
Mississippi.
about 3 weeks away from a domestic partnership,
Really?
which Kat's gonna be pissed.
Uh,
It'll be weird. Taxes will be weird to figure out.
I'll
know-
talk to her.
Yeah, don't
Okay.
worry.
In this state?
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'll talk to her. It'll be fine. Lee George,
Yeah, we-
Introduce
Tony,
me again.
the designated driver and producer of the Geek Show,
Hey.
to TTT.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kerry Jackson.
Oh, hi.
Janet Jackson.
X96.com, Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. That's all I care about.
And
It's
Thursday,
going to be on your headstone.
Thursdays 9 a.m. That's all I care about
Yes.
when I review movies.
Want to thank our sponsors, of course, the people who pay for this party. PCLaptops.com, lifetime desktop parts and labor warranty. And he has made this magic computer that we use to make this magic podcast with.
And he's the guy who made me get my livelihood back.
Is
Yes.
he the wizard who did it?
He is.
I believe so.
Whenever you can't explain what happens with a computer, why it worked out, a wizard did it.
We should change it. Dan Young did it.
Dan Young did it. He made it
I
happen.
like that.
Dr. Volt's Comic Connection, 2043 East, 3300 South. Go up and see them. Get a what some people across the nation are calling a pull. It's different comic book stores. They have different terminology. It's called a hold at Dr. Volt.
Yes, and coincidentally,
it's
hold
free.
and pull also mean other things with mental
That-
organisms designed only for prostituting.
That's what I was going to say is really you don't want to go to a comic shop that refers to it as a pull because geek, pull, you just don't want that
Yeah,
in the same
it's
sentence.
just going to get messy.
They've got a new service. They have a very excellent new
Dr.
service.
Volts?
I don't even have to go into the store anymore. They on Wednesdays because they all Dave and
And
half
Jeremiah
the staff,
and Vince and
they all come to Pub Quiz every Wednesday. And instead of me having to drive all the way out there to go to the store, they text me a total of what my comics are. I PayPal them the money, and they deliver it to me by hand at Pub
Holy
Quiz.
shit.
oh my God!
And
So
they're doing it for others
You
too.
lazy bastard.
Yeah.
Well, I work all
That
the way.
was my first response, but
I can't just sneak away from work on Wednesdays.
why not? I used to.
You can't reach up and just take something off the shelf so he holds it. I got that. But now, you can't even go into the store.
I do when I can, but
Pretty soon they'll be delivering them to
Door to
him.
door.
Yes, and giving him a prying bar so he can get off his couch.
He'll tuck in your sheets at night and go, "Here's your books."
Give you a stick. to
Interesting
change the
that would be
channel on
great.
TV.
Del Taco has a similar service. There's a guy named Rodrigo who comes over to my house every Wednesday and spits burritos into my mouth.
Oh.
They're already
Oh.
chewed. All I have to
point
do is
is-
swallow.
Yuck.
my point is that their customer service is excellent.
yes.
Well, that's true.
And the hold is free.
Yes.
It is.
And if you're looking for back issues of Deadpool, hold number 196 has the last year and a half worth.
And it's in your drawer.
Technically, I mean, the holds
I think I
are
have a
actually
closet.
like negative money. I mean, they give you money for having a hold
Yes,
because
10% off.
Yeah.
Yes, unlike other stores which charge you.
I
Really?
never understood that.
Yes.
I can't imagine that. Why would you do that?
Yeah,
What sort of mentality?
Yes.
Just
That's more of
evil.
a push than a pull.
But,
Yeah.
But by the way, Lee, you reminded me with the spitting burritos into your mouth of one of my favorite Saturday Night Live skits.
What's
Do you remember this? Pre-chew Charlie's,
Oh
the
yes.
steak restaurant
It's
where
right up there with Serious Head Wound Harry. for me.
yes, where
They
the
will-
servers pre-chew steaks for the old people and then spit it back onto the plate so they can eat it. Oh, Aykroyd, when you
also,
were funny.
want to thank our new sponsor, SecretCompassCollectibles.com. Tony is sending for the Hellboy. What is it? The
Good Samaritan holster.
No, just
What?
the holster.
Yeah.
They also-
I
for
can't
the-
remember
for-
if it
for
comes
the
with a
big- for the
gun or
big
not.
gun.
Yeah.
I'm saving up for Ron
Holy
Perlman.
shit.
It's cool. It's
That is
cool.
badass.
I mean, they have stuff that movie replicas, actual size movie replicas, and I hesitate to use the word costumes because that sounds cheap. These
They're
are movie replica
much more elaborate than a
costumes as
costume.
well.
I also want a gun star from
yes.
Last Starfighter. Just outside my house. They can UPS that, right?
SecretCompassCollectibles.com.
When I
I-
was
I-
11, I
really?
actually designed blueprints for a Colonial Viper that had a reclining seat so I could sleep in it. That was
like
just
it.
going to be my bedroom. I wanted my parents to let me have this Colonial Viper in the garage so that I could just sleep out there in my Viper. And
It's fast and it's got comfort.
it was going to have a Commodore 64 for a control panel.
It was. Well, the original Vipers did.
As
so
you
you
fly
can
to the
play-
planet Kobol.
And you can play Dig Dug. While
Yeah.
you
Every once in a while, I'd let the missionaries come over and preach the gospel of Kobol to me. And
And how you two could rule your own planet.
If you could hide to Cobol,
I'm
George
lost.
Cade.
in 10 easy steps.
That's right.
I'm
All right.
lost.
Let's see. I got a bunch of stuff. We're just going to run right through
Projects,
it. And you guys make fun of it as it goes along, and
Or not.
and or not. You
If
might
we
be
like
excited
them.
about it. Yes. You
Yeah,
ready
well-
for a?
We'll make fun of it anyway.
Tell you what, we're just going to scare everybody. None of us is going to say a single word, and you're just going to read news for 40 minutes.
Monologue.
It's a long day.
It'll be filled with
Chirp.
Yep.
chirp.
The
Can't do it.
Balrog is made of stars.
I can't do a cricket sound. All right. Let's see. Here you go. You know you want another Godzilla movie, don't you? An American Godzilla movie?
Matthew Broderick is not it, yes.
I
Yes.
want a good Godzilla American Godzilla movie.
As long as Puff Daddy's going to do the song for it again, I'm all right with it.
We can be heroes.
All right.
That was Jacob Dylan.
Oh, thank you.
Shut up, asshole.
Slaughtering a great David Bowie song.
Gareth Edwards, British filmmaker who directed Monsters, wrote and directed Monsters,
I like-
sci-fi.
Great film.
Tell me about this, because I haven't
It
seen
was
it yet.
a film about a monsters landing in Mexico.
Well, actually, it wasn't monsters. It was aliens, spores, and bacteria that came off meteors, and they infected wildlife and
But-
plants and started new life forms.
But the film was based around characters after they had landed. So it was more of a character piece with the monsters in the background, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, okay.
So
So he is the one. He's closing the deal to develop and direct for Legendary Pictures. That's your Inceptions, your
Yeah.
Dark Knights. Toho has said, "Hey, go with it." Yeah. So if you guys think he's a
I don't. On the other hand, I didn't.
Really?
I didn't love monsters. I like the girl. She's really hot. The guy was boring as fuck. He tried to rip off David Duchovny repeatedly
Well,
with his line delivery.
he's not casting these people, but you have to admit the idea of taking it's not making the monster
Yes,
the
but,
central point.
but if he applies this same idea to Godzilla, we'll get Cloverfield 2.
That's what I was just about to say.
I
Sounds
do
just
think
like
that'll
Cloverfield.
happen.
That's true. That's true.
And I think that's a fucking terrible idea.
Aren't we getting a Cloverfield 2 anyway at some
Yes.
point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about,
It's called
you know,
Godzilla now.
If we make a Godzilla movie with a Hollywood budget, it should start out literally with don't even give it the fucking backstory. Just comes up out of the water,
You need to.
smashes
Yes.
the shit out
Well,
of
just-
Manhattan,
just like
and
the
an hour
very-
and a half of him going from city to city knocking
Yeah.
shit over.
Just like the first Godzilla movie,
Right.
Godzilla.
And if at some point a wolf man and an ape can show up and they can race each other up the side of buildings,
Hey, Rampage?
You're talking about Rampage, right?
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
The Rampage
and
movie.
and the lizard one can like reach in and
So-
eat a lady.
So I think the Wolfman spends an hour punching level 3 for an.
Yeah.
Okay.
They can start at the top, punch their way down. You know?
Well, they're a team.
You
They're
know,
a team.
we
so-
joke, but there will be a Rampage movie at some point.
And I will be
would-
first
I
and
would
fucking
fucking
line for
watch the
that.
shit
Well,
out of that.
I will
Well-
watch it. I will watch it with my pants down. All you will hear is
And,
Nope.
and the part where he accidentally reaches in and grabs the power supply and
he goes,
electrocutes himself.
you know what sound I'm going to make when you see that scene?
Nope, I'm terribly sorry you won't, because DreamWorks will make it and Eddie Murphy will voice one of the characters. Sorry, you won't like it.
No,
No,
I will-
it'll be this torrid love triangle between the three scientists who turn into the monsters.
Well, one of the lizard was a woman,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be a love triangle.
and she
Right,
was
she
in
had-
love with. She was
So,
in love with.
so
the
it'll be
Wolfman.
Angelina Jolie, Jack Black, and Eddie Murphy.
There you
Yes.
go. I'm the crazy Wolfman Jack Black. Ooh.
How can,
And
this,
I'm a musical number.
Eddie Murphy.
how can this movie go wrong? It's a
Exactly.
win.
I think you guys
Let's
suck.
start
I'm gonna-
writing it,
no,
Jimmy.
If they do that, I will develop a time machine and go back in time and kill all those people before they're born. So that
Wow.
somebody else will
No,
make
because
it.
then we won't get 48 hours.
It is,
You'll
not,
be- never
it is
mind.
not fair that you have a time machine.
we
Way to
wouldn't
take all
get
that.
Not
trading,
fair.
trading
all that
places.
fun
You'll
out
be
of
busy making the Gauntlet movie.
Green elf shot the food for 2 hours.
The wizard needs food badly.
Blue elf shot the food. Stupid blue elf. Those ghosts won't stop coming out of that house. I'll hit it with my axe.
Oh, gads, I've been touched once and lost my armor.
Oh no, that's a different game.
Ghosts and Goblins.
Ghosts and
you're right.
Goblins, yeah, Capcom.
Ghost and God.
That's a great game.
I could never get past level 1. I'm
It's
terrible at that
it's
fucking
a
game.
hard game.
You know, sad. I never have cleared the first screen of Donkey Kong.
Also a hard
Really?
game.
Never been able to get
No.
up to the. Never
Right
been
after-
able to
You're
get
full
to
of
the-
shit.
I have never. Still to this
Why don't
day.
you play it sober? You'll be fine.
Dude,
Remember to
I know,
jump
I've been
over
drinking since I was
the
10,
barrels.
but even
Just,
when we
just think of the barrels as blueberries.
did the
Jump
episode,
over
episode at Nickcade, and I couldn't even then with like $5 in nickels.
Right
couldn't-
after King of Kong came out, I was like obsessed with it. I was like, I'm gonna play Donkey Kong, and I got a high score of like 250,000 points, which is about an eighth of what those guys could do.
Yeah.
And it's so nerve wracking. I'm saying it's impossible what they do.
I was in God, what airport was it? And they had a Donkey Kong set. I think it was in Puerto Rico.
and they had just
bored.
gotten it.
Yeah.
They were so
Yeah,
excited.
it was new to them.
You
And I
have to
was-
check out the new Donkey Kong game.
And I was bored. And I'm like, okay, I'll play Donkey Kong. That'll kill a good 15 minutes, right? I was so bad.
Oh, you're
Really?
out
You're
real
rusty.
quick?
2 minutes.
Oh.
2 minutes. I thought I could kill 15
Well,
with
to
that.
get those high scores, don't they sit there and jump over barrels for like an hour? Just
Oh yeah,
jumping.
they've got it.
That's
Yeah.
one way you can
They don't
do
go
it,
from
yeah.
level
Yeah.
to level quickly because you don't get points that way.
That's
Yeah.
lame.
Sorry, that's how you beat the game and save the princess.
That's
Fuck
like a
me, right?
sustained jerk off, you know?
Well, there was, I think there was like high score and then there was speed, right? To get to the kill screen fastest. Was
Oh,
there,
yeah,
was
speed.
there-
Speed
I don't
runs
consider
for
that
sure.
impressive. The
Races.
guy who finished Resident Evil 2 with nothing but a pocket knife, that I find impressive.
Really?
Yeah, there's a guy in Japan, and it's on YouTube. The dude finished the entire game with nothing more than the knife.
He has no idea what a vagina looks like.
Yeah, no.
Most likely not. He's one of those 17-year-old students just like, I
No,
can't.
he does. He watched a cartoon with a tentacle raping it.
That's right. Yeah,
It was an elevator.
Probably true.
Everyone in
And he
Japan
feels,
knows what a
yes.
vagina looks like.
yeah, it was Japan.
It's
All
Japan.
right.
They look like things that tentacles go into.
It's true.
It's true.
Clearly.
True story.
Let's see what else we got here. You know I like to keep you up to date on the latest Robert Pattinson news.
Oh, good.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
who's
God.
he?
He was that kid who died. In
He's
that
that
one
guy covered in glitter.
Harry Potter movie.
Oh, Cedric.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
covered in glitter when the World Trade Centers fell.
Fuck.
Here we go. Robert Pattinson will play the lead in David Cronenberg's adaptation of the Don DeLillo novel Cosmopolis.
So now we're gonna know what his vagina being invaded by tentacles looks like.
That's right.
Because if it's a Cronenberg movie, that's gonna
You
happen.
know what I was hoping you were going to say? That he's going to play Gambit in a Gambit movie, so it could
Oh.
actually get more gay.
Shut up. The Gambit movie was already made. It's called Hard Target.
Wow, high five, Brian.
that's
Best
good.
joke on the podcast.
All right. So yeah, this is it's being called the strangest trio in cinematic history. Robert Pattinson, David Cronenberg, and Don DeLillo. It's books. I don't know.
This
Strangest
guy's,
or gayest?
Yeah, this guy's written a lot of great crime novels.
Oh, okay.
Including Libra, and Zodiac was loosely based on one of his novels too.
And loosely based on true facts.
That was a long movie, by the way.
This is it's about a 28-year-old billionaire who goes on a Ulysses-style quest to get a haircut. No, wait, that's
No,
wait.
seriously.
is it?
Yes.
I thought that's a joke.
No,
Oh,
it
okay.
is not.
During Manhattan's worst traffic jam ever
Yep.
in a futuristic metropolis.
At one point, his friends all get eaten by a cyclops.
I'm having a hard time caring.
Really?
Why does he need this
I don't
See,
haircut
I
know,
was
so
fine
badly?
until I didn't care until I heard he's after a haircut. Then I
Well,
went,
like, what,
I want to see that.
Well, I mean, he does need a haircut. I think that's obvious. I think
Yes.
that speaks for itself. But I don't want to see a 2.5-hour Cronenberg movie about Robert Pattinson trying to get a haircut.
I just want a plane to hit him.
Actually would pay money
curious.
to see Cronenberg direct Cedric Diggory in his quest to get a haircut.
Don't
man.
call him that.
He is Cedric.
I know, but don't.
He's Cedric forever.
He's a glitter fucking asshole.
Cedric.
No,
he's not.
Cedric.
I'll always remember Robert Pattinson and remember me. Oh no, I won't.
No.
Because that
was
movie
the
fucking sucked.
That was the best role he had because the fucking 747 nailed him right in the jaw. That was my favorite
Yeah,
part.
exactly.
That was my favorite part.
They killed the fuck out of him in it.
They
Well,
pan
good.
out. They pan
747?
out, and he is standing in the World Trade Center right before he gets nailed.
Wow.
Okay.
So he takes the 747 right in the mouth.
And was Bert the Muppet driving the plane?
I hope so.
Have you seen that website?
No.
Bert did it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This guy has photoshopped Bert in every single horrible thing ever done. So there's actually a shot of him flying the plane.
He's got a stern look on his face.
He's on the grassy knoll. He's next to the with the high-powered rifle.
He's
There's
in the
one-
director's chair. Remember me?
he's actually in the chorus line of Showgirls. There's a great shot of him with the Ayatollah Khomeini. And,
Oh, this is
and
fantastic.
Hitler. It's one of the great Photoshop.
He was
Well,
Dick
fuck
Cheney.
Bert.
He was Dick Cheney's consigliere.
So it's BertDidIt.com.
It's Bert did it. I mean, they have photoshopped Bert into every horrible thing that's ever. I mean, standing next to Hitler when he's giving his address to the troops.
Whispering
all
in his
in.
ear.
No, they have him in the director's chair for little Fockers.
He's
I'm
Robert
all
De
in.
Niro.
So
I am
how hard
all
would
in.
it be? You being a film editor and very good at it. How hard would it be to make Hard Target look like the Gambit movie? Because it already sounds like the Gambit movie.
It would be really hard and take a lot. I mean, like all those fan trailers that people make. Where like, did you guys see that Green Lantern trailer where they made Nathan Fillion Green Lantern?
Yeah, that was neat.
That would take probably 75 man-hours of editing at least.
My favorite that I ever saw was when they did the Thundercats trailer where they animated.
It looked so good.
It looked
seriously
good,
looked-
and
those-
great cast.
those are-
Was it Vin Diesel's Panthro and
Vin
Yes.
Diesel, and you had
Brad Pitt was
Brad Pitt
Lino.
from Troy.
Yeah.
and they
See,
did a great job with
those
that.
are even an added layer, and those are guys who literally have. Those are guys who don't see vaginas.
I'm not saying Gambit in a costume, but I mean, there's a scene towards the end where Wilford Brimley shoots a shotgun into some barrels and they go exploding into guys with motorcycles. I mean, you can make it look like he's touching the barrels before they go flying off,
Or throwing a card.
or throwing a card at the barrels, or
I mean, we could take a look at it. I mean, you'd have. What I would suggest you do, Lee, if you want to do this, is watch it like 8 times and just take notes about which shots could look exactly like
that's
you.
a typical Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got nothing
does
to
that
do.
already.
And we'll do it.
and then you need to splice in the scenes where Jean-Claude dances from.
You know,
I'm trying to remember which one of the Jean-Claude movies it is.
He dances.
Oh,
I'm trying to forget-
Jesus Christ, yes, he does.
I'm trying to forget every Jean-Claude movie.
Cannot forget Hard Target.
You know, I worked with him for about 6 months.
Really?
Oh,
Did
oh
he smell
yeah.
like Victory?
No.
They smell like Gambit.
If you are not talking about Jean-Claude, it is not worth talking about. and in his car,
JCVD.
oh, I swear to God, in his car on the stick shift in gold monogrammed JCVD down the line.
Wow.
Hilarious.
Wow.
Nice guy if you're talking about him.
Why were you working?
Sounds
with
like someone I know.
Jimmy doesn't have a gag reflex.
him? Oh, that
It
makes
just
him
fits right in there. It's
very
totally
valuable.
fine.
Slides in.
Like a Twinkie.
Wow.
Like the one from Ghostbusters.
That's a big
That's a big
Twinkie.
Twinkie.
And on that note,
Call back.
Wow.
after these messages, we'll be right back.
Wow, this is a third show.